Welcome to the Better Memoir Writing Masterclass channel. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Denis Ledoux. I'm the author of the classic granddaddy of memoir writing books, Turning Memories into Memoirs, and founder of the Memoir Network. In this video, you will learn the difference between short-form and long-form writing, specifically as it applies to the memoir. Many of the writers who come to me for coaching and editing are already fine writers of the short form. Many of my new clients can write coherent and clear sentences, and their paragraphs convey meaning. There's no problem there. They studied essay writing in high school or college, and perhaps they were assigned 10 pages, 20 pages, or even 30 pages. But generally, that's it. It's never any longer than that. In my estimation, even 30 pages is short form. 30 pages doesn't teach you how to compose hundreds of pages, how to put them together and have them make one clear statement. Think of it. A memoir can run to 300 or 400 pages. This proficiency in the short form that people have learned often leads my clients to overestimating their ability to produce long form, to create a memoir. These writers produce a whole lot of short pieces that they put next to each other, but these pieces don't add up to a memoir. No, not really. Writers come recognizing they have a problem, but they are usually unable to articulate what the problem they are facing may be or how they might solve it. What they have is a long-form problem. They just don't know how to do long-form. New clients will say a variety of things that really doesn't explain what it is that they're feeling. It's sort of a symptom. They'll say, "My story is not interesting. This memoir just rambles on. My writing style seems to always be stopping and starting." Or they might say, "I'm embarrassed to let other people see what I have written." What they are telling me actually is that they have adhered to writing short form, and that they sense that it is not working for their memoir. Of course it isn't. What they're doing is short form. They are using the skills they learned in high school or in college to write short essay pages. They are continuing to write short form and pasting it together, hoping it will add up to long form. Well, memoirs are long form, and they do not rely on short form solutions. Teachers in high school and college necessarily advocate for the short form. How could teachers do otherwise and retain their sanity if they had to review and edit long-form pieces of writing? Imagine teachers assigning 300 pages to 20 students several times a month. Well, I hope you agree with me that that would be insanity, both for the teacher and the pupil. Teachers also know that most graduates will need to write only short pieces anyhow. And if by chance the pieces are long, they will be reports, just factual, data-oriented, and will not require developing a narrative arc so necessary in the long form. At most, graduates will be writing only what is essentially longer short form. Most of the students will not need to know how to handle the long form itself. So teachers say, why bother teaching it? And in fact, many of the teachers may not know themselves how to write long form. But a memoir is not a short form, nor is it just a longer short form. It departs from the norms of short pieces of short form. It has its own rules. Its demand for structure and development is similar to the novel and not to the short story. Inevitably, the first pieces I receive from writers, new clients whom I am coaching, these pieces are standalone short-form pieces, short-form writing. These short-form pieces present a situation work through it episode by episode, and then come to a neat conclusion, which is a wrap-up. Often, the wrap-up is a pithy saying or a moral. These pieces are also full of intrusive flashbacks and backstories. Sometimes it takes quite a few coaching sessions for client writers to learn to leave the individual stories they submit to me open-ended. Once they learn to do this, their stories can be woven together into a coherent chapter or tied into a new chapter eventually. When writers stop writing standalone, short form, and write pieces that will fit into long form, the writer is capable of producing vignettes and stories that will contribute to a memoir that will tie in together to form a whole. The writer is finally onto long-form writing. In a memoir, the chapter or the end of a story calls for flowing on to the next part of the manuscript, not to a closure, as in an essay. This next part is dependent on an earlier story or chapter and does not need an introduction as do standalone short-form pieces. Short-form writing often requires a backstory, set up at the beginning and a wrap-up at the end. Not so when you write pieces that will fit into long form. In long form, endings of pieces call for transitions, for links to the next unit of the story. Long form is also written with occasional foreshadowing and elements of suspense that announce future development of the story. They do not call for a wrap-up, for an interpretation. Certainly, mastering long form is a skill that you need to develop as a memoirist. As writers learn to write better earlier and earlier in the process, they produce more in less time. The practice of leaving your vignettes and stories open-ended so they can attach or hook to another vignette or story will save you time in making a second draft of your manuscript, as inevitably you must. All manuscripts need second and third drafts. It also does this other thing. It trains you to think of the story in longer terms than a standalone story, than an essay. If you would like to explore receiving help with your memoir on any aspect of memoir writing, know that we offer a 30-minute complimentary get-to-know-you coaching consultation. Oh, and before you go, here's a bonus link to our video, 7 Basic Elements of a Memoir. And remember, inch by inch, it's a cinch, yard by yard, it's hard. Good luck writing your stories. The videos that we post on the Better Memoir Writing Masterclass channel are just one of the many ways we can help people write better memoir. I'd like to take just a few moments to share more of what the Memoir Network can offer you by way of partnering with you to write and publish your memoir. Our free membership program, My Memoir Education, offers you access to e-courses, e-books, videos, and more. We have had thousands of people benefit from the free My Memoir Education to write their memoirs, and we hope you will become a member too. Our blog contains over 500 in-depth posts on different aspects of memoir writing, and it too is free. Come on over and pick and choose what you need. While free content can be very helpful, there comes a time when you need more focus and more mentoring than you can get from free. We offer coaching, editing, whether copy editing, content editing, or developmental editing, ghostwriting, and book production. Our website features many of our clients' book covers and testimonials. Come and check us out. We also have a number of programs you can purchase. The Memorable Story is a 10-module home study program on every aspect of memoir writing. It provides university-level mentoring. The Inspired Memoir Writer is a group coaching program. You meet with fellow writers over a period of 10 sessions. We also offer Jumpstart Memoir Professional Packages, which are designed for people who would like to help others write their memoir. If you're interested in knowing more, please feel free to call us or email us at info@thememoirnetwork.com. Thanks, and keep writing.